like lift your arm.
I'm coming out.
I want the world to know.
I got to let it show. I'm coming. Oh no.
No.
Ho!
How are you, Internet family, and welcome back for another video. Today I am joined again
Hi.
by my lovely baby Riyadh.
How you doing?
And look at how beautiful he is.
Oh girl,
we're being
it's good lighting.
Being twins today. Look at us go. We look adorable. So it is Pride Month, as a lot of you will be aware of, and I am going to my first Pride ever in London this month. And guess who's sending me over?
The lovely guys at Skittles.
Skittles.
Yes.
Skittles. We always eat Skittles when we hang out as well.
As kids, and even now, we're still like mad about Skittles.
Skittles are donating the rainbow because of Pride, so now they're selling colourless Skittles.
So when you eat them, when you pop them in your mouth, you've got no idea
What
what
flavour
one you're
it
going
is.
to get. Okay, I got an orange one, and I think I got a green one. I think.
Oh, yeah, it's green.
Yeah?
We will be at the Skittles float at Pride, and we'll be doing Instagram stories behind the scenes, so definitely follow along with those.
Yeah, and if you're there in London, come and say hello. But today we're doing a video about the truth about coming out, because, you know, coming out can be hard for some people. It can be really easy for some people. Some people don't even come out. It's just they are who they are, which is great. But the big question is, what happens after you come out?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what changes in your life? And, I mean, we're there. We've lived it. We've both come out.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a lot to get through, but it's interesting, I hope.
It is, and I also think because we've come out like on the internet and so many
yeah.
people know, and maybe it'll be a little bit different for us, but I know some of you guys will relate, so please let us know down in the comments where you're at in your journey of like coming out, if you have, if you haven't. It's like a safe space down there. I'll moderate the comments. But so the first thing I wanted to say is that, like, you don't change as a person. Your sexuality is not you. It doesn't define you.
Yeah.
And you are like, you like planes, you like Titanic. We all
I mean, I got excited when you said the word Titanic. That just says it all. I got a little flutter in my stomach. Oh.
Jack!
Come back! Come back!
You have this like fear that when people know about you that everything is going to be different. So like so much is the same.
Or the thing that I had fear about is that once you come out, you're going to have to live up to the stereotype that society says you must be as an LGBT or Q person.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm going to come out and I'm going to have to be overly flamboyant. I'm going to have to like all of these traditionally feminine things and all of that. And it's like, no, I can still like cars and I can still like things with big engines like Titanic. The most important thing is just
You are
that
you.
you remain you. And I think the biggest thing that changed in my world, if we're going to be broad for a second, is my happiness. My happiness went through the roof as
Yeah.
soon as I came out.
Do you know why that is? I think it's because the more you embrace of yourself and the more honest you are with the world about who you are, the more open you can be about who you are, and you can live your life as you want to live it in your
Your
head.
authentic self.
Yeah, like that massively boosts your day-to-day happiness. People often say to me things like, how are you so happy? How are you so positive and optimistic and stuff? I think it's because we have both like peeled back layers of ourselves on the internet and just in our real world. Like, we speak really openly with our parents, and we have very close relationships with our family and friends, and we don't hold anything back, including our sexualities.
Yeah. And I think the process of coming out means that you've got to ask yourself a lot of questions about yourself that you normally wouldn't have to ask yourself if you were a straight person who potentially didn't have to come out.
Yeah.
So questions like, who am I attracted to? What makes me happy? What makes me unhappy? Is coming out going to damage my friendships or my family life?
Makes you reflective.
A lot. And once you start asking yourself these very personal questions, I think you are a lot more grounded and you have a lot more of a clear idea of where you're going to go in life, even with things about like your career and your job. For me, when I came out, it was terrifying. It wasn't a super easy experience, but it was...
Give them a bit of context about your dad.
So my dad is Iraqi, and at the time of my coming out, he was Muslim. He identified as a Muslim man. Mom was Catholic, and she was fine. He wasn't so fine. He took it very, very, very hard. I've got a coming out video about that, talking about that with him.
I'll link that down in the description box.
And it meant that it made things very messy. But in the process of me learning about myself and him learning about me and being okay with who I am, we are closer than we ever would be. And my parents say that now. They go, Riyadh, I think our family is as close as we are now because of what we went through.
Yeah. And that's a really important point, is that obviously it's not going to be that beautiful story for every single
time,
person.
no.
but it's a possibility. And how are you going to know if you don't kind of give it a chance? I think another truth about coming out for a lot of people anyway is that everything, like the future, seems a lot more clear. You don't have this kind of constant worry and like the future is a fog, because when I was a teenager I didn't really know what was going on with me. I didn't know, was I a lesbian or was I just kind of curious?
You thought you were trans at one point.
Yeah, like I was seeing it through the mind of a man, because that's all all that was presented to me was man and woman relationships. And I was like, why am I picturing women? Why am I picturing women's bodies? Why am I picturing being and holding hands and kissing a woman?
And you think that's not normal. Why am I not like everybody else?
Yeah. So like when I had those thoughts, my future was fog. It was cloudy. I didn't understand.
And it's all you think about.
Yeah, it does. It rules your brain a huge amount. And then I decided to repress it for a long time. I was like, no, it's just like guys, and I'm just curious about women because, you know, I've seen certain things, or that's like, you go through all this. But when you kind of accept that about yourself, like I accepted it. Me and Riyadh made a video together talking about how to come out in 2015, I think, was it?
Long time ago.
Yeah, and ever since then, I have been living so much more authentically. I have been opening my world up to new experiences and new people. People being the operative word.
And as her friend, who was there when we filmed that video, when she came out to you on YouTube, essentially.
I did,
and I've been there for those 2 years in that journey. I cannot tell you how she's changed. Yeah. Today, all day, you've been saying over and over again, Riyadh, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. I feel like...
I'm such a happy person, yeah.
You said earlier today in this kitchen, I've lived a lifetime in these last 2 years.
Didn't you? Yeah, because I've had so many experiences that I feel like I wouldn't have had if I wasn't out. And not just, I don't mean just like with women. I mean life experiences, because I live a lot more openly and authentically. Because there's nothing hidden anymore. There's nothing hidden. Like maybe a couple of little things from like my past that I'm a little bit iffy about, but most of me.
Yeah, everyone has got little things.
Everyone does, but something that's so integral to who you are. Not that it defines you, but your sexuality.
It's a big part.
It is.
It's not everything, but it is a big part.
If there's a difference between you being able to bring your partner home to meet your family and your friends, and knowing in your head that you can't do that with the person you would like to do it with, I think that's a big defining thing.
One thing that changed big time for me after I came out was that I no longer felt like a passenger on the roller coaster of my own life. I was driving the roller coaster. I was no longer just going with it. I was now going, this roller coaster is going there, and then it's going to come around, it's going to go here, and I have a plan of action for my life. And that is so empowering and so liberating.
And it's very attractive. When people are that like comfortable and confident in who they are, it draws more positive, lovely, wonderful people into your life as well. Like
the aura you put out there as someone who is in tune with themselves and comfortable with themselves is completely different.
That's one thing I wanted to say.
Oh God, I thought you saw a bee or something. I was actually like, what?
I thought you choked on your Skittles.
No, my God, Melanie, don't do that.
You often inspire other people to come out, and then they continue to inspire you by living their authentic self. So it's like this chain reaction. It's so weird.
Yeah, because I came out before you, but I watched you come out, and then you inspired me, even though I've already done it.
And so many people I know, even now, not publicly, but I know loads of people who have come out like privately and stuff like that, to family and friends or whatever, or they've admitted to me, you know, on a night out, like, oh, I kind of feel the same way you do, but I'm kind of not quite there yet, but I'm acknowledging it. Coming out to yourself, the main thing, we've said this before. But like when they do that, it's like, yes, like it's this instant like, poof. And also the community, like this is the whole Pride Month is about. It's like the community, and you feel so connected.
You feel part of this massive international family.
Yeah.
And I've got LGBT friends that don't go to Pride out of their own decision, and that's fine. But for me, Pride is something I always look forward to. I remember my first Pride here in Dublin was I was 17 years old. I snuck out of the house. I was 16 actually. I snuck out and I had the full day in Dublin city centre with the colour and the sun and the gays, and it was great. And I haven't missed one since. And I now, instead of going to one Pride in Dublin or London, I go to Prides all over the world, because there is nothing like seeing your people and people that you have an affinity with out, happy, smiling, brave, and unapologetically themselves.
Absolutely. If you do come out and your family don't approve or anything like that, you will find new family. The friends are the family. The friends you have in your life are the family you choose. I love that quote. And the friends in your circle are basically your family. So if you ever have got issues, they may come around one day, and if they don't, it just means that you're still going to get to, you've got the memory of them, you're still going to get to live your life. You
got to understand, though, although we're big enough the idea of coming out, and we've had such a positive experience, it isn't the same for everyone else. It comes down to many issues. The family members, where they are from, the type of religious background that's there, the type of political background that's there in your family. At the end of the day, only you will know when you are ready to come out, and only you will know if it's safe for you to come out. At certain points in your life, and for certain people, you might have to go, do you know what? Right now, it's not a good idea to come out.
Yeah.
Because I'm young, I've got a roof over my head, I don't think my parents will accept me, and I need to just hold off for a while. But in that moment when you're holding off, or when you're trying to just still figure it out yourself, go online and find LGBT youth organisations.
You can come out on forums anonymously.
You can find your online or your offline LGBT family privately, and so that you don't feel alone. The main thing is that you're going to be safe, that you don't feel alone, and that you look out for your well-being long term before you make that big decision of coming out. And overall, in general, coming out is a very, very positive experience if you do it right.
As a bi person, I feel like I have to come out to every new person, because a lot of people assume me to be straight based on how I look.
Right.
And I think that...
Well, because you're not stereotypically lesbian.
Yeah, like, do you know the way people have an association with, like, what a gay person looks like, what a lesbian looks like, and stuff? But, like, bisexual people are all invisible, because, like, literally every bi person I know, there's no look.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So it is hard to kind of distinguish yourself, and you do have to come out a lot, and that's difficult.
That's such an interesting point, though.
Yeah, I never come out to some people.
I don't have to come out anymore, because I just go, I'm like, you know what? Like,
you're very like,
look at me. You know what I mean? And if I feel like I'd have to come out to someone, I just can't put up a bit.
I can't do that. Like,
I know. 'Cause
some people I choose not to come out to, because there's just no point. If it depends, it's relevant to some people in my life. You know what I mean? Because I want to talk to them about my dating life. I want to be able to, if I'm watching a film, like if I'm watching a new movie and there's an actress looking like, I want to be able to just say things that doesn't sound strange to them. You know what I mean? And also like my family, like I just want to be myself around them. We're all closer because I've confided in them something huge, you know?
And as well, a problem, your sexuality isn't a problem, but the secret of your sexuality is a problem. Yeah. A problem shared is a problem halved.
Yeah.
And once you get that off your chest, I just find, I know it sounds really cliche, but things just fall into place. You know, like one of the main things that I love about myself now is that I'm very assertive. I find being able to say no to certain things, or I prefer to do it that way, actually. This is in business and personal life. I'm only able to do that because I am so sure of who I am. I'm so happy with who I am. And that is in direct relation to me being out of the closet.
When you're out as well, just being able to like date who you want to date. Because if you're a gay man but you're not out, you may find yourself forcing yourself into relationships with women that you don't want to be in. And if you're, say, a bisexual woman, you might limit yourself to men. And it is, that changes your whole world. Like, it really does, because men and women, as much as and we're not talking about gender, we're talking about sex, they're very, very different beings. And it's very interesting, very colourful. Like the old Skittles, like the normal Skittles.
I think the most beautifully mundane part of coming out is that once you've done it, the day-to-day rhythm of your life is unchanged.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the shop, you'll buy the milk, you'll go and you'll
go to the toilet.
You go to your job, you go to school, you do all these things and nothing changes. You just got a little bit more of a pep in your step.
You just have an elephant off your chest, basically. It's just like...
and you
sunshine, lollipops and rainbows.
It's definitely a euphoric feeling. Every time I came out to a person, I felt a buzz. And I got addicted to coming out. And it got to a point where you
had to broadcast it to hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, and then, so, you know what, I would say, if you do start to come out, begin to enjoy the feeling that process, you get. Yeah. The little,
I am so proud of all of my LGBTQ plus viewers for being so supportive and encouraging of one another. And we just want you to embrace who you are, or other people in your life who are in our community. This month for Pride,
Yes.
We are going to be eating our Skittles and at the Skittle float and at Pride, and we'd love you to come with us. So yeah, if you enjoyed Riyadh being on my channel again for like the millionth time. Popular. Go over to his channel. We did a video on his channel as well of things you shouldn't say to like gay people and bi people, and subscribe to him because he's one of my besties, and give us a thumbs up if you liked it too.
Yeah, do it. Go on. You might as well.
While you're here. Go on.
And we'll see you at Pride.
Bye guys.
Big love. Bye.